here it is, the tour of Sketchbook 3. So, this has got to be pretty quick because, as some of you may know, I'm going on a humongous trip and I need to pack. So, I'm going to make this quick, so let's just get into it. Alright, here's the cover. Pretty self-explanatory, just where it says Sketchbook 3. And then the start date and the finish date, April 1st, May 24th. Same year, obviously. And then I just drew by persona because I've never really drawn anything on the cover. Here is the first page. Just says, welcome to my sketchbook. And then this is the drawing that I redrew at the end, even though it wasn't the first drawing in the sketchbook. I don't really have much to say about this one, other than, yeah, okay. Over here, we have a character that never really became a character. I made a new rule for characters. I have to draw it at least 3 times before it actually becomes an official original character. So this one is not a character, I've only drawn it once, and I don't even like it. Over here we have an official original character, Tourist. Now you can't read the words down there, and I'm not going to read them, I'll just do a short little summary, I guess. It's just, she's a tourist, an extreme tourist. She takes pictures of everything, she's awesome, she's one of my oldest original characters, and I actually really like this page. Yeah. Over here we have a karate neko. Pretty self-explanatory. All of the things are on separate pieces of paper, so I had to lay down packing tape to keep them in place. You'll see a lot of packing tape. Here are Tourist's emotions. I was kind of a wuss, and I'm like, hey, if I color them the actual colors they're supposed to be, I'm going to run out of those markers. So I just colored them like this. Also, you'll be seeing a lot of this tape. Here's this page, which these two were some of the first things I drew in my sketchbook, but I wasn't doing so hot with the sketchbook, so I decided to just put them on one page and, stuff like that. This was for an art contest, and the winner was never revealed, but I can tell you for certain that I did not win. Here's, I think it's Generation 5 Rainbow Dash, and how I think she should look, because I know Hasbro is redesigning them and making a new show soon. Right here is a drawing that I don't like very much. It's colored pencil, a wolf, and then this is just word art, which I actually like more than this. Oh, and I'm sorry if you guys hear background noise. Alright, here's this page. Yeah, this is not the worst thing I have in here. It comes up later, but these are just things cut out from other things, and down here I just wrote, I guess taping an older art doesn't cure art block. I went through a huge art block, and that's why it took so long to finish the sketchbook. Over here I have something from Artemino that only Artemino would understand, really, so yeah, I drew that. That's all I have to say. Alright, here's the first request thing. I do a lot of requests on LPS Amino. I don't do them anymore, so please don't go asking for them. But this is one of them that I got a lot less feedback than I thought I would. Here's this page, which I am actually really fond of. It's just a bunch of doodles, these 5 being the main ones. Yes, I love Heathers, the musical. It's great. Yep. Over here I have this mop dog that was also an art request from LPS Amino. This page I don't really like because I didn't fill it up enough. I feel like I should have filled it up more. And I don't like how the colored pencils always go over the line art, and I didn't just avoid the line art like a good girl. But, that's how it works nowadays. Here's this, which this is just paint that I need to use up. And then these are just from a song called Made in Japan, and I was going to make the whole page consist of that. Also, I wanted to try making the line art colored instead of just black. Here's another doodle page. These being the 3 main drawings. Yeah, this was kind of a depiction of what it feels like to be a zombie. I honestly think the reason why they're so grumpy all the time is because they can still feel pain. Imagine how terrible that would be. Here's this. I wanted to make a mascot for my sketchbook, so this is what it ended up being, and so in my next sketchbook, Calistar will probably appear all over the place. Oh yeah, this is Calistar. It's gender neutral, so it's an it, them, they, all that sort of thing. Born on Callisto, moon of Jupiter. Yep, that's all I really have to say about this one. Here's my Little Pony design character thing, and I have this whole story behind this. I really want to redesign it. I actually quite like this page, but I'm going to redesign this character soon. here's 2 more requests, one of which I don't really like. The other is okay. I like how I used like colored pencil right here. It's a white colored pencil to make it look illuminated. Yep. Character design that I never finished. Sorry about that mess up there. I can't really talk, but whatever, it's fine. You will see a video explaining this page later. It's not posted yet. Here's another page that, it's not really a doodle page because very few things are actually on the page. This is on the page, but I had all this extra room, so I just put a bunch of stuff in. Here's another request, which I actually like quite a bit. I like how in this like horn, like these 2 character designs are not mine. They are the person who asked of the request. But I really like what I did with this horn because I had to blend from blue to orange, which are opposite colors, as you may know. And so, yep, that turned out nice. Here's Lisa and Doug's 3-month anniversary. If you've been on my channel and seen my second sketchbook tour, then you know who Lisa and Doug are. They're basically a furry couple I made for Valentine's Day. But now they have this whole story, and this is their 3-month, where basically Doug went to Lisa's parents to meet them, and he kind of got rejected, and her parents told him that they feel like he's making her life miserable and he should just leave her, basically. So he was like, oh, if you really want me to leave, then if it will make you happy, I'll leave. But don't worry, it gets better. Sorry, the last page had a bit of personal information. I had to skip that one. But here's a phoenix fox, basically a fox with phoenix wings. I don't really know how I got this idea. But gore warning for the next picture. Keep that in mind. Alright, here's this, it's Yandere Simulator fan art. If you've seen the video, Driving Your Rivals to Murder in Yandere Simulator, you will understand this. I'm actually quite proud of this page. I feel like this is some of the best anatomy I've ever done. The skirt doesn't really look that good. Like, I think I forgot to add the wrinkles in the clothing on her, but she looks better, I guess. But I like her. I didn't add the eyes to make the body language more expressive in their emotions. Like, anger and fear, that's basically it. And I used charcoal, so I had to cover this in duct tape. This one was a redraw of an old character. I have had this character for so long, and so many things have changed about her. Her name is Storm. She's me as a wolf, basically. But now I just feel like she would just look like my persona, honestly. Here's another request, which I am in love with this squishy little chubby puppy. And more tape. This was for an art trade that I took forever to do, but I guess it was worth it because the drawing turned out good. I'm not very confident. Here's 2 more requests, and oh, by the way, sadness has occurred, and all of my gray markers are running out, and I'm really, really, really broke, so I can't just go buy more. So I had to color in with charcoal, but that's fine, it still turned out decent. Here is another doodle page with Booble Snoop, Skitty Boop, Fishky Whoop, Cloud Kit from Warriors, and a bunch of other really random stuff. This one was the 12 days before school ended. Yes, school's out for me. I'm going on a huge vacation, though, so I probably won't be able to post as often. I might post some speed paints and such, but, you know, nothing much. If you want to pause and read that, you can. These are not my drawings. Here's something that I thought would get a lot more feedback than it did. I did color the wings on a live stream on this channel. This was from a science project where we made volcanoes out of newspapers and tinfoil, and I couldn't just crumple up these tiny pets in the newspaper. Baby is definitely my favorite because look at her. She's so derpy. Look at that little tongue. Most of you have probably already seen the video where I make this, testing out my Prismacolors. If you want to see that, it's my Prismacolor video thing. This is the glorious Reginald. Reginald is God, hail it. It started out as something my friend drew on her hand. Maybe I'll make a video on Reginald later. But my friend has a YouTube channel. It's called Trashulous. You should go subscribe. This page is all the weird crap that goes on in my head. Although this is not me. Don't go thinking that's me. I don't draw myself. I don't do self-portraits. But here it is. You can pause it and look at it if you want. This was practicing headshots and mouths. Nothing much to say about this. Here is Lisa and Doug's 4-month anniversary, May 14th. And this is when Lisa's parents are going to move to, I think I decided they live in Oregon or Washington, but their parents are going to move, Lisa's parents are going to move away, but she decides to stay with Doug because her parents kind of treat her bad just because she loves Doug. So yeah. This is a watercolor thing I did in science class for the science element of structure and function. Most people did buildings and bridges and stuff like that, but I wanted to make all of mine natural. If you saw my first sketchbook tour, you would see my cause and effect drawing with the owl. Here is something I was going to do. It was going to be a culture challenge, but I decided that would be a really fragile topic because it could end up being kind of racist. So I just drew two countries. This is Sweden, and this one over here is Japan. Here's some Five Nights at Freddy's fan art. I like how these four are sane, and then these two are just, yeah, and here's the fan down here. The fan. I have a few things over here from school that are just, like, character backstories. But this is probably the most precious piece of art in my sketchbook. I got featured on LPS Amino for drawing this. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. And it was the Comic-Con cat. Yeah. Look at it in awe. Here's something special. My friend drew this as fan art for me and gave it to me. She's great at everything. I don't think she has a YouTube channel. Well, she does. It just doesn't have any videos. It's Dark Angel 4403. She did this for me. She's awesome. Her wings are spectacular. Thank you. Her name is Brittany. And then this page is another doodle page where I just did pencil and ballpoint pen. Although this character was not drawn by me. It was drawn by my friend. But I inked it. Yep. If you want to pause and read all the random crap there, you can. This is a character reference sheet for my brother. Yeah, that's my brother. That's what he looks like. He generally has a short haircut. And this is all the stuff he likes. Metallica, guitars, drums, and cars. Hey, that rhymed. Old versus new side-by-side comparison thingy-mabob. And, yeah, this one I drew in July of 2017. And this one I drew in May of 2018. So yeah, I think it's, better. For one thing, it's not very, this one is super stiff. This one isn't as stiff. I think the hair looks a little bit better, and the clothes look a little bit better. Here's the last one. I had to skip this last page because I didn't buy a yearbook, and so I had everyone sign it, and so there's a lot of names, and yeah. But, I'm kind of sad about this one because I feel like, this one is actually worse than this one. Like, what do you guys think? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me as much. But at least the freckles are actually brown, and the thing that bothered me was this one, is the eye. What is this? Like, the eye must be super small compared to that one in order to fit. Yeah, the ear should be farther back or something. So at least I got some of the anatomy right on this one. But I did the same sort of thing with the tape and then the banner. Then, the last page. I don't really consider this one a drawing, but I really like it. It's all, like, retro, and I actually did the finishing page way earlier than I finished the sketchbook, but I just saved the space for the date. I have some stuff on the back here if you want to look at that. And real quickly, before I go, I want to say thanks for joining, and I cannot have you vote this time because I'm going on the trip, and I need a sketchbook before I go, and I go tomorrow, so I have selected the Canson Mixed Media Sketchbook for my next sketchbook, not only because of the paper being thicker and me working with markers, that is better, and also because it is smaller and easier to travel with. So, that is my next sketchbook, and I hope you have a nice day. You should, like, totally subscribe and stuff. Yep. See you in Sketchbook 4.